And we have another case developing. This is going to be Skinner versus the state of Texas, or the state of Texas versus Skinner, however you'd like to put it. And if you read the article, you know that this is probably going to be a slam dunk for the prosecution, because, and you would think that whatever his name is would have learned from the Crystal Coleman and Casey Anthony cases, and perhaps he thought that those were distractions. But if you read the article, it reads in part, quote, "The child's mother, named by the Fort Worth Star-Telegram as 17-year-old Dejai Moore, was set to graduate from Dunbar High, but instead was inconsolable about the loss of her daughter, Atiri Renea Skinner. Family members said that the baby's father woke up to find his bed on fire," Lightbox DallasFortWorth.com reported. And then if you look at the article, they're still investigating what the cause of the fire was. But, I mean, as far as you could tell from that article, there was no indication of cigarettes, none of electric blankets, nothing that would cause any fires. And also for the fact that the dad said, "Oh, I escaped in a confusion." What kind of dad would do that? And, I mean, these child murderers, and this is why I've said that Florida v. Anthony is really going to change things up. It's going to define, do these child murderers get away with what they're doing? And by the way, in terms of Geraldo Rivera, I guess, well, first, we can see that Cindy Anthony's testimony finally did change its heart, and that he's back to not supporting Casey. Although the Miranda rights thing, I definitely question, because she was not considered an official suspect at the time. Unofficially, in the minds of the cops, she may have been considered a suspect, but until she is considered an official suspect, and she was read her Miranda rights, which she probably was, or the case wouldn't have gone forward, and if she had a problem, she could have asked for the Miranda rights right there and then, so it shouldn't have been an issue. And even if it was an issue, she already gave the cops Terry justification, which is Terry versus Ohio, and then also Pringle justification, which is the state of Maryland versus Joseph Pringle. And that was the case where all you have to do is give the police consent, and you've pretty much given them the warrant that they need. They don't even have to go to court. For example, and this is what happened in the Pringle case, a young man was pulled over for speeding, and the police smelled something weird, or saw something weird, and he's like, "Can I search your car?" They found drugs when they searched the car, and Pringle had claimed that his Fourth Amendment rights were violated, but because Pringle gave consent, he automatically gave them a search warrant justification. And it's the same thing with Casey here. By getting into that police car, by knowing what was going on, she automatically gave them a Pringle warrant, and I guess also a Terry, like I said before, a Terry justification in order to stop her. And she was not considered an official suspect at the time, and she's not gonna get away with the "oh, my Miranda rights thing was violated." And also last night too, with the thing with Lee Wheel, even she has a point, because even if the case goes up to appeal and all that, the Supreme Court is going to look at Casey Anthony as the primary custodian and the mother, and they're not going to say, well, she's just a criminal defendant with the rights as everyone else. They're going to look at this as, she may be a criminal defendant with the rights as everyone else, but this was the kid's mother. So anyways, another case is obviously coming down the line, and you think these parents would learn from Florida v. Anthony and Texas v. Coleman, but apparently now you're going to have Texas v. Skinner, so it looks like these parents have not learned.